And it looks like Sydney Anderson on the right for North Polk. Opening broadcast of the 2020 season. The ball is in the air and we are underway. Pella wins the opening tip. The Lady Dutch from left to right, opening possession of the game. And out the top of the key, Peterson working from left to right. Dribble handoff with Deers. Drives around the defense and kicks. Open egg. Shot no good. And it's rebounded by North Polk. Sydney Anderson controls. Thanks for listening to the Midtown Tire Team radio pregame show. The Midtown Tire Team cheering on the Pella High basketball teams tonight. Now North Polk, ball in the post, wraparound pass to Anderson, kick back out onto the right wing. A deep three is en route, no good. And Anna Vanderwall seals off the rebound for Pella. And some pressure put on by Foster as she backs into the half court.
Both teams come out in a man-to-man defense.
Ball is thrown by Peterson off the leg of one of the North Polk players and turned over. And now the Comets racing to the other end. Right to left for North Polk, and they almost throw it into the backcourt. The ball lands on the half-court line. It has to cross back across the line to be over and back. North Polk has it on their second possession of the game. No score, a minute 15 in. And now the ball on a shot gets stuck in between the rim and the backboard. And that'll be North Polk ball on the possession arrow. And they got to get the ball out first. It's wedged in there pretty good. And all Madison Negg has done on two is just wedge it in there even further. And a third.
These officials are completely comfortable with making the girls figure this out.
We're 0 for 4. Hey, there we go. Got her loose. Reagan Van Wyk, the heroine, right?
She's not afraid to grab control here.
All right, no score, 6:44 to go. Trevor Castle, Mike Bukite with you live inside of the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth. And a right elbow jumper is no good. Rebound went off the hands of Anderson and out of bounds to Pella.
Now, fortunately, they almost got a quick putback on us there.
A couple of other games that got started earlier than we did, so a couple of Stravers Cellular Instant Radio updates. Melcher Dallas leads Pleasantville 6-4, and Ballard leads Norwalk 13-3, both at the end of the first quarter. Faith Deers has it for Pella left to right, drives around a defender, gets in the lane, and floats it up and in from 8 feet out in front of the basket. Faith Deers, the first two of the night, and the Lady Dutch lead 2-0.
That was a good take to the hole with her left hand. Just a nice little running layup over the front of the rim.
2-0 Pella, and Boatman has it for North Polk. Drive from the top of the key by Schaefer. Pass was tipped, picked back up by the Comets. Right-hand dribble deep on the wing, backing out towards the 10-foot volleyball line. Left-hand dribble into the paint. Kick out, Boatman for three. Off the heel of the rim, no good. Offensive rebound for Zimmer for the Comets. Now back to the top of the key, and a kick out for Foster. Right-hand dribble defended by Deers. Into the left corner, Vanderwall picks up the defense on Zimmer. Right-hand dribble, spin move to the baseline. Deers there to help out, so the pass to Foster. 2-0 Pella. We've played 2.5 minutes in the first quarter. And North Polk content to be very patient on this possession. Double high screen. They get into the hands of Schaefer. Van Wyk comes off her defender to help out. So switch from Pella. Pass is tipped by Negg. Picked up by Van Wyk, and she saves it to Peterson. Great defensive possession by Pella to get the ball back with a 2-0 lead.
Well, both teams are pretty much doing almost like a 5-out motion.
Here's Negg inside, up and under. Shot no good, but draws the foul and going to the line.
Foul on number 10, Lucy Schaefer, her first team.
Lucy Schaefer with her first foul, the first foul of the game. And it sends Madison Negg to the free throw line. And the first free throw good.
Both defenses appear to be a bit stingy here to start, really putting some pressure on the offensive side of the ball to keep moving the ball and be patient.
Second free throw also good. It's Pella 4 and North Polk 0. And a throwaway by the Comets. In case you missed it, presented by the veterinarians at Tri-County Veterinary Clinic in Pella. Pella's got a runner by Faith Deers and 2 Madison Nag free throws. That's been all the scoring in the game. 4-0 Pella, in case you missed it, presented by the veterinarians at Tri-County Veterinary Clinic in Pella. And North Polk wants to talk about it with a Pella Hy-Vee timeout. Mike, I've been most impressed by Pella's effort on the defensive side of the floor.
Yeah, they're doing a nice job of switching and working through the screens and keeping their bodies in front of North Polk players and getting their hands up into the passing lanes. And they're certainly not making it easy for North Polk. So see how long they can hold on to this goose egg on the North Polk score. But
you don't think we're going to shut them out?
Well, most basketball games don't end up that way.
Still never seen one, Mike. Don't think I ever will. 4-zip Pella leads coming out of the Pella Hy-Vee timeout. It's Lady Dutch basketball, left to right, high screen, double screen with Peterson and Nag. Vanderwall goes right, passes to Nag. Now a drive by Van Wyk on the left baseline, has her shot blocked, and it's rebounded by North Polk. Foster passes it off to Boatman, who drives, throws it up off the back of the rim. No good. Offensive rebound. No. Another offensive rebound, both by Sydney Anderson, and she finally puts it back up and in. And the shutout is gone with 4:18 remaining in the first quarter.
My one knock on Pelham here early is just our rebounding. We're quick to jump in the air, but not box out.
Here's Deers on a drive pass to Van Wyk, out to Vanderwall, left wing 3, no good. Weak side rebound. Anderson is controlling the boards for North Polk. That's her 4th of the game, and she had a 5th that went off her fingertips and out of bounds. So she has been really aggressive and a force on the glass for North Polk in the first half of the first quarter. Halfway through the first quarter, and Pella's got a couple subs waiting at the scores table. Here's a North Polk 3. Abby Zimmer gives the Comets a 5-4 lead.
Well, the North Polk coach would say that was a successful timeout coming out of that 5-0 run for North Polk.
Van Wyk right wing for Pella, left to right for the Lady Dutch. Screen coming from Nag. She's open on the right wing on a kick from Van Wyk. Shot no good. Anderson had her hand on the rebound but couldn't control, and Van Wyk gets it for Pella. And now the Lady Dutch reset with Vanderwall. Pass it off to Peterson. Looking inside, bounce pass to Nag. Wheels in on the post and banks it in for 2.
Super strong move there with her left hand. Nice pivot off the low block.
Now a shot that's no good for North Polk. Rebounded for Vanderwall for Pella. Nearly stolen away. Deers picks it back up, gets it into the corner for Van Wyk, working on a screen from Faith. Drives and kicks. Peterson has it. Back to Faith. Left wing, thought about the 3. Instead goes screen and roll with Peterson. Her pass is tipped and stolen away. Each team has 2 turnovers. 2:30 remaining in the first quarter, and it's 6-5 Pella.
Now that time Pearson had a nice pick and roll, just rolled right into the defender, and the ball was right there for the defender to knock it away.
Driving shot that's no good by Foster, gets her own rebound and then steps out of bounds. So Foster the rebound and the turnover, and now some changes in for the Lady Dutch. Just as we talked about, 6 and 7. There's Naminga and Talkie for Pella. They take the place of Peterson and Van Wyk. And also a substitute into the game for North Polk. I believe it's Morgan Gray, number 30. 6-5 Pella, 2:10 remaining in the first quarter. And there's the Barbados again, Mike. Stolen away. Guy could make a lot of money if he figured out how to eliminate those robocalls. Like, eliminate them. Here's a drive through traffic by North Polk. Shot no good. And rebounded by Vanderwall. That's already her 3rd for Pella.
I don't think that was a 7-day all-inclusive
they
free trip.
Really want to give me a free trip, Mike, if that's the case. Really bad. Pella lost it out of bounds, so the Lady Dutch turn it over. Quick Strawber Cellular instant radio update. End of the first quarter. Pella Christian 16, Albia 8. Huge season opening win for Pella Christian last week.
Yeah,
beat number 8 Montezuma.
Handle Montezuma. You got to like that to start your year.
There's a screen and roll for the Comets. Ashley Owen had it on the baseline but couldn't get a shot up. 1:26 remaining in the first quarter. It's 6-5 Pella, and a steal for Madison Nag. Just stole it away. Goes all the way to the other end and then misses the layup, and it's rebounded by Schaefer for North Polk. Schaefer all the way the other way, and as she tried to dump it down for Gray, Namminga hustling back, knocked it out of bounds. And we have some substitutions in. 1:09 remaining in the first quarter, and it remains 6-5 Pella.
Now just watching Namminga in the game, she's got some pretty obvious athleticism, just how she carries herself.
She's trying to work her way into game shape. Of course, had a great volleyball season. 3-pointers up and good for Schaefer. But non-COVID illness over the first couple of weeks of girls basketball practice. It's only practiced 4 times with the team. 50 seconds remaining in the first quarter. 8-6 North Polk. Drive by Van Wyk. Stop. Spin. Shot. Score. Reagan Van Wyk ties it at 8.
That was a confident move by her. I think last year we had some times where we weren't sure who wanted to shoot, but Reagan just getting her defender to dip down in deep defensively, and then it separated enough. She just had a nice little jump shot.
And then North Polk turned the ball over. I had looked down at the score sheet, Mike, so I didn't see exactly what happened, but all of a sudden we're going to the other end and Pella's got the basketball. So that's good news for Lady Dutch fans.
So we talked about turnovers coming into the game, but unofficially I've got North Polk for 5 turnovers and Pella High for 4.
I got the exact same thing, Mike. 8-8 ball game, shot no good, rebounded by Peterson, and she goes off the square and in. 22 seconds remaining in the first quarter. 10-8 Pella.
They haven't gotten a lot of rebounds, so it's nice to see Peterson grab that one.
Shot no good, rebounded by North Polk. And now a runner off glass, no. Vanderwall had a hand on the rebound. It goes out of bounds. Well, they say off North Polk, so that'll be Pella ball. 5 seconds remaining in the first quarter. 10-8 Pella. Talkie across the half-court line. 2 seconds to go. Gets a screen. Fires up a 3. Good! Kylie Talkie at the first quarter horn. And Pella takes its largest lead of the game into the end of the first quarter. 13-8 Lady Dutch.
They had just good presence of mind there to know to get the shot off with only 5 seconds when they inbounded it. Carla Isink down here stating tick-tock, getting them to realize it, so maybe the voices carry a little easier in this gym.
Let's take a timeout. We'll be back inside the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth right after this.
This is Dr. Tim Yoder, one of the Tri-County veterinarians. If you're heading out of town for the holidays and your pet can't go along, have him boarded with us. He'll receive exercise 3 times a day, he'll be fed based on a schedule you set up, and he'll be given a nice bath the day before you take him home. To schedule a reservation, call Tri-County Veterinary Clinic at 628-4040, where your pet's good health is our #1 concern.
They're the veterinarians.
Yes, we are. We're the veterinarians.
They do take care of pets because they love them.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Why are you counting 1, 2, 3?
I just called Brand Appeal, and they helped me build out my dream website. It really was as easy as 1, 2, 3. Here I go again. 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3. You're right. This is easy.
So what are you waiting for? Make it easy on yourself and call Brand Appeal for all your branding, print, web, interactive, and video needs. Brand Appeal. Jump on the brand wagon.
We're back inside of the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth on 92.1 KRLS. Pella 13, North Polk 8. Lady Dutch have the ball to start quarter number 2. Give away some Hy-Vee Fuel Saver winnings here in just a moment with that Kylie Talkie 3-pointer at the first quarter buzzer. Jasmine Namminga has the ball inside, lost it, picked up by Peterson, out to Van Wyk. Vanderwall top of the key 3, and it just rims off no good. Rebounded by Anderson, her 5th rebound of the first half for North Polk. They push it, Peterson tips it, picked up by Schaefer, and 1-on-3, the Comets bring it back out. North Polk from right to left in black and red. Pella defending the left goal in white and green. Schaefer drives in on Peterson. Pass is tipped, stolen away by Van Wyk. That's North Polk's 6th turnover of the first half. And with just a minute gone by here in the second quarter, Pella 5-point lead and the ball. Drive by Van Wyk, kick out to Vanderwall, looking for Neg in the left corner. Catch and release 3, short, no good. And the rebound hops into the lane, controlled by Schaefer. Up ahead, and an easy layup for North Polk and Boatman.
That was too easy. Their transition offense there, we just didn't get back.
North Polk has out-rebounded Pella 12-7. Nag, wraparound pass to Naminga. It was Vanderwall to Nag to Naminga, like a touch pass in hockey. Naminga for 2.
They got a little more height, a little more size in right now with Nag, Naminga, and Peterson, all 3 in there.
And that's what we talked about in the open. One of our McCall monumental keys to the game. North Polk has the ball down by 5. Naminga block shot and a rebound for Pella on the shot by Gray. Or by Anderson, rather.
Well, that was just good length there by Naminga. She might have got knocked back a little bit, but just as soon as the shot went up, she swiped it there with her length.
Vanderwall, left-hand dribble to the elbow, kick into the corner for Nag. Right-hand dribble for Madison goes to Van Wyk. Right baseline, Naminga, and the bounce pass was tipped and stolen away by North Polk. Looked like it almost was close to a kick ball there by the Comets, not called. And North Polk has it. Schaefer fires a 3 and knocks it down. And a Pella Hy-Vee timeout called by Jared Garland and the Lady Dutch, which gives us an opportunity to bring you up to date on the Marion County Bank radio scoreboard. 5 games on the network tonight. 4 girls games, I should say, and then 1 boys only. So we've got a 15-13 Pella lead over North Polk here early in the second quarter on 92.1 KRLS. At the end of the first quarter, over on KRLS 2, Pella Christian leads Albia 16-8. At the end of the first quarter on 94.3 KNIA, Ballard leads Norwalk 13-3. We will be covering the Norwalk Warriors all season long. Started with football season, continues with basketball season, and our new partnership with Norwalk, now covering 4 of the 8 schools in the Little Hawkeye Conference. Added Indianola a couple of years ago, and now Norwalk this year. And a couple of Marion County schools over on KNIA 3, and it's 21-14. Pleasantville leads Melcher Dallas. That is the Marion County Bank radio scoreboard.
So when are you going to Grinnell and Newton and
Dallas Center Grimes and who are we missing?
Oskaloosa.
And Oskaloosa, of course. No good on a 3 by Pella. Boatman gets a rebound for North Polk, and with a 2-point lead, the Lady Dutch drop back on defense. Hook shot on the lane for the Comets is no good, and it's rebounded by Haley Van Vark. And then she gets it taken away from her and commits the foul.
Now that's one of the tricks there. A lot of basketball teams, and I know Coach Garland's teams practice on kicking it out and getting it up the court quickly for some transition.
Here's Anderson. It's a bit of a mismatch against Van Vark. You can tell just watching Anderson, very experienced veteran presence on this North Polk team. On the other end, Nag misses a shot, and it's rebounded by Boatman. The Comets continue to control the glass. 4:40 remaining in the second quarter in a 15-all game. Right baseline drive by Schaefer. She's plugged off by Neg, but Madison called for Pella's second foul in the last 20 seconds.
I can tell Schaefer's a leader on this team. She's one of their best ball handlers. She's just hit that big three-pointer, and she's gotten a little more aggressive here. I don't know if that's part of the talk in the huddle with the coaches, but
Anderson has it high post for North Polk. They work it around and controlled by Zimmer left wing. Drive Deers kicks down to double team. The ball passed out, three-pointer no good, and rebounded by Deers for Pella. Now Faith brings it up, off to Van Wyk, right wing 3, bullseye.
That's certainly a strength there of Reagan's, is hitting that three-point shot. So just a nice attack to the hoop and kicking it back out, and Reagan hits a nice 3.
4 minutes exactly remaining right now in the second quarter, and it's 18-15 Pella. A three-pointer a moment ago by Reagan Van Wyk, reclaiming the lead for the Lady Dutch. And now Anderson, check that. Foster has it for North Polk. Into Anderson. Schaefer controls, and we get a 3-second violation on North Polk. Let's say congratulations to Wilma Van Coten of Pella. Wilma, you've won 50 cents on your Hy-Vee Fuel Saver card with that three-pointer by Kylie Talkie at the end of the first quarter. That's up to $10 in free gas. Folks, make sure you stop by the Pella Hy-Vee and register for your chance to win during our next Lady Dutch broadcast in the Hy-Vee Fuel Saver Radio 3-Point Challenge. 18-15. Pella by 3. Nag drives, and her scoop shot is blocked. Rebounded by Zimmer for the Comets. And now she controls on the left baseline, drives around Van Wyk, pass to Anderson on the baseline, and up and in for 2. Good look, good finish by Anderson, and Pella leads by 1. Now Nag with the pass from Vanderwall gets knocked down by Anderson, and Sydney Anderson commits her first foul. Each team has 2 fouls. In case you missed it, presented by the veterinarians at Tri-County Veterinary Clinic in Pella. It has been a pretty clean first half, just 4 total fouls, and it's 18-17 Pella. In case you missed it, presented by the veterinarians at Tri-County Veterinary Clinic in Pella.
Well, you've said it a couple different times, Trevor, but Anderson now out. She's had such a strong presence for North Polk inside, so getting a breather here after that foul, so we'll see what this makes a difference.
Inbounds pass to Deers, looking for Naminga inside, lost the ball off North Polk. It'll stay with Pella ball on the right side of the floor. Lady Dutch lead by 1 in white and green. North Polk defending that right bucket. The basket right when you walk into the gym. And an inbounds pass. Vanderwall. Naminga misses the bunny, but Vanderwall gets the rebound for Pella. Her team leading 4th. Now Van Wyk drives and kicks it out to Deers. Spin move. Naminga 17-foot jumper. Yes. Couldn't hit the one from 2 feet away, and then splashes it down from 17.
Well, with Anderson out of there, I think they got that really easy look down low, just unfortunately didn't finish right away.
2 minutes and 40 seconds remaining here in the first half, and Pella has a 20-17 lead. Running shot no good for North Polk, rebounded by Madison Nag. And Pella slows it down. Nag, Vanderwall, Van Wyk, Naminga, and Deers on the floor for Pella. Naminga on the pass from Van Wyk. Steps back. She's open at 12 feet. Now the defense collapses out. Van Wyk has it, picks up her dribble, and goes to Deers at the top of the key. Swings it left side for Vanderwall. Into the corner for Nag, and a 3-second call on Jasmine.
Well, we've got a 2-0 rebounding average while Anderson was out. Now she's right back in, but we've got to learn to cover her up when she's in the game. She's a difference maker.
Pella 20, North Polk 17, 2 minutes and 5 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. Front end of a girl-boy doubleheader tonight on KRLS. Drive by Schaefer, got Naminga in the air, then passed it off to Anderson. Her shot is no good, and it's rebounded by Reagan Van Wyk. Up ahead to Deers. Nice job by Nag, sealing off the defender to give Deers a path all the way into the basket, and Faith lays it in for 2. 22-17 Pella.
The biggest lead of the game right now, isn't it?
5-point lead, yep.
Yep.
They were up 5 at the end of the first quarter as well. North Polk did tie it up at a couple of junctures of this second quarter, but it's back to 22-17 Lady Dutch, and a 3 on the way is up and good for North Polk. Hannah Foster buries it.
Now Pella just a little slow to react there on that skip pass to the opposite side of the court.
And then the Lady Dutch, Nag attacking the basket, draws a foul, heading to the line for 2. Nag is the only player that's been at the free throw line tonight for either team. She went 2 of 2 in the first quarter. North Polk, Mike, has hit 4 3-point baskets, so more than half of their points. They have 4 threes, 4 twos. And Nag with the free throw. And I do remember that from last year. I mean, they like to shoot in volume from the outside. A couple of substitutions into the game. Peterson and Talkie back in for the Lady Dutch. You are listening to Pella High Basketball, powered by Bank Iowa on 92.1 FM, KRLS, Pella Knoxville, and KRLS HD1, Pella Knoxville. Lady Dutch basketball powered by Bank Iowa. Zimmer got the rebound on the miss by Nag. We're under a minute to go before our Central Tire and Auto Radio halftime show. Schaefer's three is no good. The rebound plinkos around and is controlled by Gray, and she drives to the basket and scores. So it's a 1-point game, just like that, 23-22 Pella. 41 seconds to go here in the first half. Talkie around a screen, was left open at the elbow. And then we've got a whistle and a foul off the ball on Annika Peterson.
Fouls on number 52, Annika Peterson, team's third.
Well, that 5-point lead is almost evaporated, and North Polk has the ball.
Once again, Anderson out of the game. Going with a little shorter guard-oriented lineup here, the way it looks. North Polk is.
23-22, Pella with a 1-point lead. 20 seconds remaining before halftime. Zimmer kicks it back out to Foster on the left wing. Drive inside. Schaefer. Scoop shot around Van Wyk is good for Lucy Schaefer. She has 8. Pella with 3 seconds to go. Nag from three-quarter court. On target, but off the heel of the rim. Nearly another Pella buzzer beater, but it's not good. And at the end of the first half, North Polk 24, Pella 23. We'll be back for our seconds in, and both teams have turned it over here in the third quarter. 24-23 North Polk. Trevor Castle, Mike Bukite with you live inside the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth. There's a drive by North Polk. Shot no good. Offensive rebound is controlled by Anderson, and there's more of what we talked about at intermission, Mike. Very active on the glass. Anderson got the rebound, then draws a foul on Pella's Annika Peterson, and Sydney Anderson going to the line for 2 shots.
Yeah, you just got to identify her and just keep a body on her when that shot goes up. It's too late to defend her after she's got the ball. She's so strong with the ball.
A Strawberry Cellular Instant Radio update. They're at halftime. Pella Christian leads Albia 29-18. Second free throw too strong, no good, and rebounded by Pella's Faith Deers. 7:20 remaining in the third quarter. 25-23 North Polk leads. And they're hounding Faith Deers. Eventually, Foster just rips it away from her. So there's turnover number 8 for Pella. Now a drive by Schaefer. Kick it out to Anderson. Back out to Foster. Right side Schaefer again. Into the post for Anderson. A little give and go with Schaefer. Looked like she took about 4 steps there in the lane. And finally, the whistle and the travel.
That was some good pressure defense there. Frustrated her a little bit, and she swung her hips a little bit, and I think she traveled in the process.
25-23. Pella by 2, or down by 2 rather. Knocked away, stolen away. So the Lady Dutch have come out, turn it over 3 times here in this third quarter. A drive and a basket and a foul for North Polk. So the Comets have certainly come out hot here in quarter number 3.
Yeah, a lot of it just starts with taking care of the ball. We certainly were speaking of that. I'm sure that's going to be a point of conversation here for Coach Garland taking a timeout.
Let's go ahead and take a look at our Marion County Bank radio scoreboard. All scores are halftime scores. North Polk 24, Pella 23. That's now gone to 27-23. And Michaela Boatman will be at the free throw line to try to convert a 3-point play. Just mentioned a moment ago, Pella Christian leading Albia 29-18. Ballard leading Norwalk 21-6. And Pleasantville over Melcher Dallas 21-14. That's the Marion County Bank radio scoreboard. Marion County's financial leader is Marion County Bank. With offices in Pella, Knoxville, and Melcher Dallas, they're serving you and building community across the county. 27-23, North Polk leading Pella. Early third quarter, front end of a girl-boy doubleheader tonight here on 92.1 KRLS. It'll be the season opener for I don't want to say a revamped Little Dutch team, but when you lose your top 3 scorers and 3 best players from a year ago, there's certainly some revamping to be done. But beyond that, the Little Dutch bring back like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 from a year ago. So it'll be fun to see what they look like. No Logan Shetterly, no John Altman, no Trayton Sturgeon, but a bunch of talent behind those guys back. And they'll get their season opener here later tonight. Free throw no good by North Polk out of the Pella Hy-Vee timeout, and it's rebounded by Madison Nag for Pella. So North Polk with a 4-point lead. Pella with the ball and just trying to hold on to the ball. I'm not sure they've even got a shot up here in the first minute and a half. Deers draws the defense. Double team comes over and bounces it down to Nag, who lays it in for 2.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but that was a 9-0 run dating back to the second quarter.
Yes, it was, Mike.
We were down 20. We were up 23-18. So that was a big bucket for Pella there.
Three-pointer coming for North Polk from the left corner. Shot no good. Vanderwall got the hand on the rebound, and Peterson eventually controls. And so Pella down by 2 with the ball. And then Vanderwall drives and gets it knocked away. It went out of bounds, and so it stays Pella ball. Ooh, dangerous pass by Vanderwall, but Peterson collects. Nag has it now. Drive and a shot by Peterson is good. We're tied at 27.
That was Vanderwall.
Vanderwall, thank you.
She's stepping up her game here the last 2 minutes or so.
Pass inside, knocked out of bounds. Neg hits the deck. And a foul is called. A very late whistle on Sydney Anderson. And we've talked about how aggressive she's been, but Mike, that's her third personal foul for North Polk with 5:35 to go here in the third.
Well, the official right by Nag underneath the basket called nothing. And the official on the opposite side of the court calls it, and now the North Polk coach got a little something to share.
A Strawver Cellular Instant Radio update. It's 27-9. Ballard leading Norwalk at the end of the third quarter. Drive and a shot by Reagan Van Wyk from the lane, no good. Rebounded by the Comets. 27-27 game. North Polk's biggest lead was 4. Pella's scored the last 4, though, to tie it back up. Pella's had a 5-point lead at a couple of different junctures in this game. But right now, all knotted up, 27-all. In case you missed it, presented by the veterinarians at Tri-County Veterinary Clinic in Pella. And that's knocked out of bounds by Van Wyk. It'll stay with North Polk. 13-8 Pella at the end of the first quarter. 24-23 North Polk at halftime. And again, 27-all right now. In case you missed it, presented by the veterinarians at Tri-County Veterinary Clinic. Foster drives into the lane, kicks it back out to Ashley Owen. Her first action of the night, I believe. It's the first time we've called her name tonight. Schaefer drives around Deers, gets into the lane, leans in. And a whistle and a foul. I think got bailed out there.
Schaefer's getting a little rammy in this game.
Wow.
She's averaged 12 points a game these last 2 games, and that time she's trying to step across planted defenders for Pella. She trips on our feet and gets called for we get called on a foul.
Yeah, I just didn't see that. I thought Vanderwall, as you said, was planted. Schaefer tried to weave her way through, but just tripped. Naminga checks in. Peterson checks out for Pella. 4:41 remaining in the third quarter. North Polk leads by 1, and Schaefer with her second free throw on the way and good. So she's got a game-high 10 points tonight. North Polk with a 29-27 lead.
No, she's certainly having a good game offensively.
Van Wyk to Naminga between the rings. Pass to Van Wyk. Drives left baseline. And we've got a whistle and a foul on Foster guarding Van Wyk.
That was pretty good defense there, but we'll take the foul on them. Foster just quick with her feet on Van Wyk, but
inbounds pass to Van Wyk. Driving through the lane. Scoop shot is knocked away, but Van Wyk was fouled. Nice explosion to get around her defender and into clear space. Help defender came over, and a whistle and a foul on Sydney Anderson, her 4th.
that is huge.
First free throw by Reagan Van Wyk is good. You know, every once in a while, I've been doing this a long time, Mike, more than 20 years, and basketball is the one sport that every once in a while, it just gets deadly silent, often during a free throw. It will happen all the time here in 2020, 2021 with less than 100 people in the gym. There are times it gets really, really quiet, like church mouse type quiet.
We're going to have to cut out the swearing on the radio this year.
That's right.
Doggone it.
Both free throws good. We're tied at 29. North Polk has the ball as Reagan Van Wyk has scored 7 now for the Lady Dutch. 4:18 remaining in the third quarter. Trevor Castle and Mike Bukite with you on 92.1 KRLS, the home and away voice of the Lady Dutch and the Little Dutch all season long. Gray to the free throw line, dribble handoff, little running shot, front of the rim, no for North Polk. Namming out her hand on the rebound, and it goes out of bounds off the miss by Boatman, so North Polk retains possession.
I think if we can be patient offensively, just take care of the ball, should be able to have a little better rebounding advantage now.
Foster works it over to Boatman, working on Kylie Talkie defensively for Pella. Now back out to Foster. We're halfway home in quarter number 3. Foster onto the baseline for Owen. Her shot is no good. Dangerous from Gray, battling with Van Wyk. Reagan had her hand on the ball, lost it out of bounds as she was bumped by Gray. No call, and so North Polk gets another offensive rebound to maintain possession in a tie game with 3:43 to go in the third. Boatman looking for somebody to trigger in. Finally gets it to Owen. Driving around Nag. Shot partially blocked by Naminga. A bit of a collision, and then Nag rebounds. Pella, Van Wyk up ahead to Talkie. 8-foot jumper. Yes! And Pella reclaims the lead by 2.
Talkie's got a smooth shot. Just a nice little 5-6 foot jump shot there.
2-point lead Pella. Shot for North Polk. No good. And rebounded by Talkie. Nice fight for the loose ball. And here comes the Lady Dutch with Anna Vanderwall up ahead to Van Wyk. Her shot is blocked by Owen, out of bounds. It'll stay Pella ball.
A little momentum there. Pella taking advantage and attacking the hole. Just a chance here to stretch this lead out if they can get another bucket to drop. Down or up 2 points now.
31-29, inbounds pass to Peterson. She can't make it. Gets her own rebound. She just stole it away from Gray and scores.
That was a strong move there by Peterson.
33-29. Pella leads by 4 with 2:58 remaining in the third quarter. This game has been played within 5 points on either side all game long, and there's a runner that's good for North Polk. Boatman scores, and she's got 6. Van Wyk gets around Boatman. Double team comes over. Triple team comes over. So Nag looking for Talkie, who saves it inbounds to Vanderwall after she lost it nearly out of bounds. Anna, right baseline drive, shot no good. And then Peterson, a silly foul going after the rebound. Owen had the rebound, and then Peterson fouled her third personal foul. A Strawver Cellular Instant Radio update. End of the third quarter. Pella Christian 53, Albia 22. And we'd also like to give a shout out to the Pella wrestling team, who got a big win earlier tonight. They beat Pekin. I think it was 60-12 in favor of the Little Dutch. So nice one for the green and white on the mat. Here's a Owen three-pointer for North Polk, no good. Rebounded by Kylie Talkie, and then a reach-in foul called on North Polk with 2:09 remaining in the third quarter. Pella leading by 3. Gray picks up her first foul.
Well, Pella definitely, even though they're only up 2 right now, you can just feel their momentum is in their favor right now. And the girls are just playing with some confidence. North Polk is reacting a bit to what we've got going on at this point.
Pella 33, North Polk 31, 2:02 remaining in the third quarter. Trevor Castle, Mike Bukite live inside the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth. Talkie inside to Nag, left side of the rim, off glass for 2. 9 for Nag, and Pella up by 4. Now a drive by Boatman, off the glass, no good. Gets her own rebound, shot no good. Gets her own rebound, and in midair, sticks it back up and in for 2. 2 rebounds, more importantly for North Polk, 2 points on that possession. And Pella's lead is now 2. Deers drives, knocked away, out of bounds. It'll stay Pella ball. Getting a little up-tempo here in the third quarter, Mike.
Well, Boatman, we got to watch her. She's got 16 points a game these first 32 total on the season, but she was showing off some athleticism there, so we just need to contain her a bit.
1:29 remaining in the third. Pella 35, North Polk 33. Deers to trigger it in. Dangerous pass, but Talkie grabs it. Now a double team on Talkie, and she dribbles through it with Boatman helping out. Good ball handling. Now Naminga, lean in, free throw line jumper, no. Gets her own rebound, but then lost it to Gray. So Morgan Gray with her second rebound, and North Polk the ball down by 2, late stages third quarter. Gray hands it off to Boatman, and the runner is good. And you've been calling her name, Mike. We're tied at 35.
Yeah, we got to have an answer for her. So any momentum we had a little bit ago is lost. She's been taken over.
Well, she's taken over, especially since Anderson's been on the bench with 4 fouls. Now Namming a turnaround shot. She's lost her balance underneath, or lost her spatial awareness. Boatman the rebound, and then all the way to the other end, and her runner is good from 12 feet. She has 10 in the quarter after only 2 in the first half, and it's a 6-0 run all by Boatman. 2-point North Polk lead.
Everything she's putting up is dropping right now.
Talkie left-hand shot from the left baseline, no good. Rebounded, though, by Van Vark. Back up and in, and we're tied at 37.
That was a big bucket, so we just need to get a stop here, and certainly we got to watch Boatman here because she feels like she's going to take the shot wherever she's at.
9 seconds and counting here in the third quarter, tied at 37. Boatman, step back, heat check, 3!
Wow.
Michaela Boatman, 13 third quarter points, including the last 11 for North Polk, and they lead 40-37 at the end of the third quarter. We'll be back inside the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth right after this on 92.1 KRLS.
There's a place in downtown Pella that takes you right to the heart of Amsterdam. A beautiful brick walk featuring a winding canal, a working drawbridge, and Dutch architecture, providing a classic old-world atmosphere. Welcome to the Mullengracht. The Mullengracht is home to some of Pella's finest lodging at the Amsterdam Hotel, dining with Liberty Street Kitchen and Oriental Express, Beautiful You Salon, Pella Nail Salon, and Pella Window and Door Showroom, and many service businesses. You can even take in a movie at Pella Cinemas. Good luck to our local sports teams from the Mullengracht in Pella.
Are you having pain and think that pain is just a normal part of getting older? At Kinetic Edge Physical Therapy, we know that pain doesn't always go away on its own. We are committed to finding the source of your pain and working with you to develop a clear plan to accomplish your specific goals. Instead of reaching for the pain medicine, reach for your phone and call Kinetic Edge at 641-621-0230 or visit us online at kineticedgept.com.
We're back live inside the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth on 92.1 KRLS. Pella trailing now North Polk 40-37. Holy cow, Mike. Michaela Boatman, what an end of that third quarter.
Well, you got to, anytime you watch sports, when you see something special going on, you got to enjoy it. Now, I don't want to enjoy it that much longer because she's wearing the wrong colored jersey.
Here's Nag inside for Pella, and she draws a foul on Foster. And I got to say, Mike, as a Pella fan, which of course we are, when Anderson went out with 4 fouls, you kind of thought, okay, maybe this is a chance for Pella to stretch their lead, which I think was 2 at the time, but Boatman caught fire at the end of the third quarter.
Well, at the point, she was going in that quarter, she only had 5 points. So, to be honest, she never really caught my eye until there was the little initial stretch there, and then it just got even more impressive as those minutes went on.
Nag missed the first free throw, makes the second free throw, and so it is a 2-point game. Final score, Ballard 46, Norwalk 15 on a Stravers Cellular Instant Radio update. And now a drive and a shot that's no good, and we've got a foul whistled on Reagan Van Wyk of Pella.
She's not even passing the ball. I mean, She went down the lane. We got 4 defenders in front of her, and she gets called for a foul on her going to the line.
Boatman's free throw, good. I mean, there's the saying, in the zone, Mike.
Yeah.
And she's there right now.
Well, and she's got the ball handling skills to go with it, so.
Second free throw, good. I mean, it's just when the ball gets out of her hand right now, it just doesn't feel like there's any doubt that it's going in. And we've got a Pella Hy-Vee timeout. So let's talk about tonight's creative idea drawn up by Brand Appeal. If you're Jared Garland, you've got to find a way to slow Boatman down. Do you think it's a matter of switching up defenders, switching up what you're doing, or just hope that, like everything, all good things must come to an end?
I think to some extent you just got to get the ball out of her hands. So Sometimes we defend after a player gets the ball, and that's too late, and hurt in this example right now. So I think we just got to face guard this girl, keep the ball out of her hands, make somebody else deliver for North Polk.
Tonight's creative idea drawn up by Brand Appeal. When your team needs creative ideas, call the team at Brand Appeal, your creative agency for all of your print, web, video, or interactive needs. 42-38, North Polk leads by 4. The story has been Michaela Boatman with 17 points, 15 of them in the second half, as North Polk leads by 4. Pella has the ball, still plenty of time left in this game with 7:25 remaining here in the fourth quarter.
Well, prior to the Boatman show, we've been consistently hitting some shots, so we just need to keep our offensive engine running.
Deers drives around Abby Zimmer, reach in, and a foul called. Rebounding has been pretty even. It's 24-22 North Polk. So, and I'm with you. I would have thought that would have been a bigger margin in favor of the Comets, but on paper it's not. Inbounds pass to Deers, drives around a defender. There are 2 teammates there to help out for North Polk. Deers lost the ball, and it's picked up by Reagan Van Wyk. She spins around a defender, drops it off for Nag. Pass gets through her hands and picked up by Zimmer for North Polk. Pella's 10th turnover. Three-pointer on the way. Boatman shot no good finally. Or no, that's Schaefer.
Yep.
So, yeah, Boatman still hasn't missed in about a month and a half. And there's a foul called on North Polk as Deers got the rebound, was looking to push it ahead, and Zimmer. No.
That was one of the first time down the court in a while that Boatman didn't touch the ball. She was off on the right wing. And fortunately, somebody else took a shot. We just couldn't quite reel it in.
This will be a 1-and-1 for Faith Deers, so Pella now in the bonus on North Polk's 7th foul of the half. And from right to left, the free throw is good. Pella is 7 of 9 at the free throw line here in the ball game. They trail 42-39.
Well, none better to have at the line than Faith Deers shoot free throws for us.
Second free throw also good. Pella down by 2, 42-40, 6:50 to go, fourth quarter.
Boatman's bringing the ball up. We got Reagan Van Wyk defending her with some help defense.
Foster has it.
See, I'd almost just face guard her there, not even let her get the ball back.
Yeah, Boatman with a screen from Gray. They're actually giving her some room to shoot. Drive by Schaefer, kick into the corner. Zimmer has it. Now out to Foster, guarded by Deers. They go to Gray. Dribbles towards the top of the key. Right-hand dribble. Backdoor pass and a layup for Zimmer for 2.
Well, certainly Boatman's bringing some attention, which is opening things up a bit for some others as well.
44-40. North Polk leads Pella by 4. Girls game on the front end of a girl-boy doubleheader. Dangerous pass stolen away by Schaefer. All alone to the other end for 2. And that is now the largest lead of the game for either team. North Polk 46, Pella 40, 5:50 and counting here in the fourth quarter.
Now we need to convert here just to keep this game under 6.
Vanderwall drives and has it knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with Pella on the left side of the floor. Vanderwall looking to trigger it in. Gets it into Peterson. Right-hand dribble and right back to Anna. Dribbles towards the top of the key. Looking into the right corner. Gets it to Deers. Screen from Vanderwall. Faith lost the dribble, though. Picks it back up. Drives in. Bounce pass. Left baseline. Peterson. 8-foot. Yes. All right, Pella staying within striking distance. Down by 4. And now Schaefer the other way through 3 Pella defenders. Shot went off the side of the backboard. And then was rebounded by North Polk. Boy, Pella had a shot at that, but it just nicked the side of the backboard and it redirected it over to the Comets. And a foul called on Reagan Van Wyk, her 3rd.
We've
Tough break.
Several times tonight where we've had bodies flailing on the floor. Nate goes off with a little bit of a limp.
Three-pointer on a catch and release on the inbound for Foster, no good. But then a rebound by Schaefer, kick out Foster again, also no good. And cleared out by Talkie for Pella. That was a big-time deep breath exhale. Now Vanderwall on the other end, 3 for Pella, no. Rebound, Peterson, yes! Great box out by Annika Peterson and sticks it back in.
Almost feels like North Polk on their own doings has just gone away from Boatman all at once.
And now Gray lost the handle on the ball, almost stepped out of bounds, picked it back up. Pass is tipped by Peterson and out of bounds to North Polk. You have a couple of Strawver Cellular instant radio updates to get to you. Final scores, Melcher Dallas, a Pleasantville victory. Pleasantville 46, Melcher Dallas 33. 46-33. Pleasantville wins that Marion County matchup. And Pella Christian 66, Albia 30. So that one a convincing win for Pella Christian. Our score 46-44. Pella down by 2, and yeah, you're right, Mike. Boatman hit that 3 at the end of the third quarter. She had a 13-point quarter, 2 early free throws in the fourth quarter, and she hasn't shot the ball since.
Well, in the last couple times down there, she's not only not shooting, but they're not even giving her a touch. And it's not like I said let's face guard her, but we're not face guarding her.
No.
We're certainly defending her, but no differently than anybody else on the court. So I just don't know why. Maybe there's some inner dynamics within this team because, there's 2 quarters of ball where she was non-existent, and then it seemed like she took over, and now it's like they're playing 4-1 and leaving her out for a little bit. But I don't know.
4:39 remaining in the ball game. North Polk 46, Pella 44. Sydney Anderson of North Polk, who's the leading rebounder in this game with 7, and their third leading scorer with 7, is on the bench with 4 fouls.
Coming out of that timeout, Boatman right away gets the ball.
And Anderson heads to the scorer's table. Boatman for 3, yes.
Step back 3 again. I'm
shocked that she hasn't been shooting it more, Mike.
I'm
thankful that she hasn't been shooting it more, Mike.
I'm not the smartest coach, but I'd make sure I got the ball in her hands the rest of the game. Every
Reagan
possession
Van Wyk,
down.
spin move, left-hand shot off glass and in. So the 3 by Boatman. Pella answers with 2 from Van Wyk, and it's 49-46. And now Schaefer with a scoop shot around Vanderwall for 2.
Boatman and Schaefer are definitely their duo when it comes to scoring. So
51-46 and a throwaway by Talkie, picked off by Gray.
Yeah, right now we just need a good stop here, down 5.
3:40 to go in the ball game. Schaefer kicks it into the corner. This is Foster, right-hand dribble between the rings. Gets a screen from Gray, works around Deers. Peterson helps out, partially blocked, rebounded by Talkie. Good help defense by Pella, and here comes Talkie into the front court with a left-hand dribble, and then we have a whistle and a Pella Hy-Vee timeout on the floor, a 30-second timeout. So let's run down the Marion County Bank Radio scoreboard. 4 games in girls basketball on the network tonight. Ours is the only one that's not yet a final, and it's North Polk 51, Pella 46. The others are final. Pella Christian beat Albia 66-30. Norwalk lost to Ballard 46-15. And Pleasantville beat Melcher Dallas 46-33 on the Marion County Bank Radio scoreboard. As we have now turned the clock into December, the KNIA KRLS 19th annual radio food drive is in full effect. And folks, we would love your help to try to help fill the food shelves of Marion County. Of course, we know 2020 has been a tough year for many members of our community. And if you have the means to help out, we'd ask that you do so. Just look for the big red button at KNIAKRLS.com. You can make a safe and secure donation online. All donations go to the food banks in Marion and Warren County to help those in need this holiday season. Out of the timeout, 51-46. Pella trailing by 5 has the ball. Naminga hands it off to Faith Deers. Right wing 3, no good. Naminga there for the rebound, and she backs it out to Deers, who fires another 3. Also no good, and rebounded by North Polk with Anderson.
Well, Naminga back on the court. I think she can help us inside.
51-46. Pella down by 5 with 2:45 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Schaefer gets it to Boatman. Floater in the lane, off glass, and in and one. And Boatman has completely taken over, starting about 3 minutes left in the third quarter, and North Polk has opened up its largest lead of the game, 53-46, and Schaefer, or rather Boatman at the line looking for one more. Free throw no good, but an offensive rebound for Anderson. And that's been the other story of this game, is Anderson's rebounding.
Only one on the lane rebounding, and she gets it.
A block by Naminga, but then Anderson grabs another rebound, her 10th. And a Pella Hy-Vee timeout. Pella has had its chances to get the ball back, but they just cannot, trailing 53-46. We'll be back inside the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth right after this.
Moving somewhere new is fun and exciting, but moving all your stuff isn't so fun. At Bruxford's Decorating Center, we're moving to the new Bruxford's Home Center at 405 Truman Road at the end of the year. We don't want to take everything with us, so our moving sale is underway. Floor model furniture is 20% off with free delivery within 20 miles. Cash and carry furniture is 25% off, and all accessories are 20% off. Our moving sale ends December 24th at noon. Hurry in for the best selection at Bruxford's Decorating Center in Pella.
The colors of spring, summer, and fall explode every year at Vandenberg's Greenhouse in Albia, but those seasons are over, so now what? Vandenberg's Greenhouse in Albia, of course. Find seasonal greens and reds along with some wonderful winter and holiday decor for decorating. We also uncover many fantastic gift ideas for the holidays, too. Check out Vandenberg's Greenhouse Facebook page for a complete list of hours, classes, and special events. Vandenberg's Greenhouse, open daily and by appointment, Highway 5 Albia, just 2 short miles south of La Villa. Worth a short drive all season.
Back inside the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth, Trevor Castle and Mike Bukite with you on 92.1 KRLS, where North Polk has a 53-46 lead over the Lady Dutch. Back-to-back offensive rebounds on this possession by Sydney Anderson, and that also came after they've already gotten a basket. It was a basket, a foul, and on a missed free throw, 2 offensive rebounds by Anderson, and they maintain possession up 7. And then Schaefer driving, throws it through Anderson's legs and out of bounds. Well, Mike, 2 minutes and 10 seconds left. Pella's got to make something happen now.
Well, this is where we can't afford any turnovers the rest of the game, so we've been fairly sharp most of the game.
Here's Bregan Van Wyk driving inside, lowers her shoulder, flips the ball up. The shot is no good, but she's fouled by Schaefer. And a couple of free chances here with the clock stopped and 2:03 left.
Well, good news there is Anderson's 5th on that foul right there. So.
Oh, I missed that. Yeah, I thought he said 10 Schaefer. It's 20 Anderson, and she is out.
So that's a blessing. Now, if only Boatman would foul 5 times in 10 seconds.
Well, if she'd have done that about 20 minutes ago, that'd have been even better, Mike.
She has 0 fouls, too, which tells you how athletic she is.
Van Wyk made the first free throw. She has one more coming. In case you missed it, presented by the veterinarians at Tri-County Veterinary Clinic. Pella led 13-8 at the end of the first quarter. North Polk 24-23 at the end of the first half. Pella had a late third quarter lead, but Michaela Boatman scored 13 points in the quarter, including a big surge down the stretch.
Whoa.
North Polk a 40-37 lead, and they now lead 53-48. Under 2 minutes to go, in case you missed it, presented by the veterinarians at Tri-County Veterinary Clinic in Pella. And now a whistle and a foul, and Lady Dutch are just going to have to play the foul game here, Mike, in the final minute 52. Hope that North Polk misses some free throws, got to get some rebounds and score on the other end.
Well, and that's not unlikely early in a season. Not as many shots up in the air. Here's our opportunity maybe to close the gap.
Well, first free throw is up and good by Foster. Hannah Foster has 4 points tonight. Naminga checks back in for Pella for Talkie, so they get a little bit bigger. Second free throw also good.
Those were 2 big free throws for them. Keep their 7-point lead.
55-48, Pella down by 7. We've got our Cabinet Design of Pella radio postgame show coming up. Here's a steal by Schaefer, and as she goes to the other end, that might be the dagger. 9-point North Polk lead, 1:34 to go in the game. 16 for Schaefer. 22 for Boatman, and Pella gives it away. .116 remaining. The Lady Dutch fought hard for 3.5 quarters, but it just got away from them late third, early fourth quarter, and North Polk showing the veteran savvy and not letting the Lady Dutch back into this game. Deers knocks the ball out of bounds, out of the hands of Foster.
This certainly is a good North Polk team, pretty guard-oriented team that does a fairly good job of taking care of the ball. And they've got some good pieces here, obviously, as we've explained, for making, creating an advantage against their opponents.
1 minute to go, 57-48. Schaefer gets open on the inbounds, kicks it out to Boatman. And I'm not even sure that Pella's going to play the foul game here, down by 9. I think Coach Garland just wants them to play some tough defense, and they knock it away. Vanderwall triple teamed on the other end for Pella, right to left. Reagan Van Wyk, right wing three, bullseye. Okay.
It helps.
So now a 6-point game. Tough defense leads to the turnover, and then a three-pointer and a whistle and a Pella Hy-Vee timeout called by the Lady Dutch. It's interesting. We talked, the story of 2020 has obviously been COVID, and it's hard to have any kind of a broadcast or any kind of an event without talking about it in some way, shape, or form. But what's nice, Mike, is, when the ball is in the air and the action's flying, it's that slice of normalcy that I think we're all looking for.
Yeah, and the kids are looking for it too. My experience this last fall coaching is when you finally gave the kids the opportunity to participate and get back to something normal, they certainly appreciate it. And the attitude, I think, is a fresher attitude of getting back to doing something that they love. And I'm sure the coaches are the same way. So it is fun to just see the kids back out here competing.
All right, Pella is down by 6. Waning seconds of this Pella Hy-Vee timeout. 57-51 North Polk. Boys game next on the back end of a doubleheader.
Pella coming out on a 1-2-1-1 full court press.
And Mia Warner is in for the first time tonight. Assume for her defensive abilities and the ability to give a foul as well, although the Lady Dutch aren't in too much foul trouble. 6-point game. Warner and Deers on Boatman. And a foul is called on Pella on Deers. And that sends Boatman to the line. She missed one just a moment ago, and this is a 1-and-1 opportunity. So a miss here, Pella's got to go for the rebound, and luckily for them, Sydney Anderson's on the bench with 5 fouls.
It's too boring for Boatman to score from the free throw line.
First one, got it. It's a pretty big make, back to a 3-possession game. Second free throw, also good. 8-point game, 59-51 North Polk, 23 seconds left in the ball game. Vanderwall into the front court, right to left for Pella. Shovels it off to Talkie, defended by Owen. Spin move. Talkie, Nag, top of the key into the right corner for Deers. Somebody's got to get something at the rim. Deers drives, scores, and draws a foul. 59-53, but just 9 seconds left. So that possession, it took 13 seconds from the time they got it into the front court until they got a shot away, and would get a whistle and a Pella Hy-Vee timeout. And, Mike, I fully realize that the odds of coming back down 8 with 23 seconds left aren't great, but you've got to get something. I mean, it's not non-existent either. Now down 6 with 9 seconds left, it's almost non-existent. Pella had to get something at the rim a lot quicker than they did.
Well, you're banking on your full court press defense getting a quick steal and some quick points. Otherwise, you wouldn't do it. So you're right. If you can keep it closer in hand, you got to. When it does go the other end, you've got to get it up the court quickly, especially when you foul and you expect them to miss the free throws. Some of that might be the early season, just how quickly do we convert, and learning some of that. But we're not new to the game of basketball either. So
59-53, and the free throw for Faith Deers coming up. Pella down by 6. 9.9 seconds remaining. First free or the only free throw, no good. Naminga gets the rebound, and then her shot no good as she draws a foul. Boy, would that have been a gift if it had fallen.
That would have been helpful. That could have put us within 4 if that went down on the foul.
And then
and a chance
3 if
to
she
get
makes
to
the free
3.
throw. Yeah.
But even here, we could get it to 4.
First one by Jasmine is no good. (59-53) North Polk, 7.6 seconds remaining in the game. And the second free throw is good. 59-54. Inbounds pass.
Foul.
Controlled by Owen.
Foul.
Nope. 3 seconds left.
Too late.
And North Polk will dribble it out. Hard-fought game, but North Polk pulls away in the end. Comets 59, Lady Dutch 54.